welcome back to Worthing CC's YouTube channel. You are watching highlights of Worthing first team versus Preston Nomads first team, who are sitting top of the Sussex Premier League. Preston Nomads won the toss and elected to bat on a beautiful day, on a beautiful ground. Worthing would have batted first if they had won the toss as well. Wicket looked brilliant, and Worthing were missing their first opening pair of Regali and Harry Merritt Bland, which did give good opportunities coming in for his debut. George Hannington Hodge opening the bowling there, and at the far end, Reece Atkins with the new ball. The opening batters of Poole and Topping started brightly though, without really pushing it too much early on, but with regular boundaries. George started really brightly though, close LBW shout early on, and a couple of drop catches that we won't talk too much about, will we, Martin Swift? But they raced on to 53 in the first 10, going at about 5 runs and over. A couple of early changes brought on Kumar and Harry Dunn to try and stem the flow of runs and try to pick up a couple of wickets to get into that Nomads middle order. Wasn't to be though, as Nomads brought up their 100 partnership. A little bit slower, we were able to stem it to about 4.5 runs and over, but they were looking good around the halfway stage at 120 for none of 28 overs. Some decent highlights here. Topping going big down the ground, hitting downwind, while I stray onto the legs, getting clipped nicely off the pad by Poole. Topping continued to find the gaps, splitting the short mid on and the bowler quite nicely. Pretty expensive over, unfortunately, for Harry Dunn, who did bowl well and was not rewarded. Both batters into the 90s. It was now just a race of who would get to the 100 first, and it was Topping with a run down to third man. Really good innings from the left-hander. He was the batter that profited from the couple of drop catches early on. Poole reaching his 100 off the following ball with a hit out to square leg, offering no chances in his 100. So from here, just Nomads looking to get as big a lead as possible in a short amount of time, probably looking to bat no longer than 50 overs on this decent wicket, leaving themselves probably around 60 to bowl out Worthing, who has shown a few better signs of some runs in the last few weeks. Kumar picks up a wicket though, caught behind, but that only led to Jonty Jenner coming in, who got going pretty quickly. As they try to up the ante, trying to get to 300 as quickly as possible. Jenner goes downtown again. Picking the slower ball, decent little slog sweep there. Just a 32 off 13 balls as he continued to hurry his way. 300 was brought up in the next over. Clearing the sight screen, Topping going to his 150. for Jonty, making his way to 43 off just 16 as Nomads declared on the 50 over mark on 322 for 1. A couple of average boosters for Paul, Topping and Jenner, as none of the Worthing bowlers really getting any reward there, unfortunately. But could Worthing do some damage with the bat? Like we said, decent wicket. Bellamy in really good form opening up, with Alex Watkins facing up to the normal opening attack of Nav Patel and Khan. Bellamy getting his flat bat away pretty early on before Alex finding the outside edge and getting caught at first slip. Bellamy continuing the attack with a little under edge for a pick, running down the wicket and pulling that over. AJ being caught behind there at an outside edge. The ball was back of a length. Brings Martin Swift to the crease. Bellamy continues to flat bat his way to 30. Most of those coming in boundaries. Swift is going back to one. Maybe should have got forward. Off stump. Being rattled off the inside edge. As you can see here, pretty consistent highlights. Before Campbell McMillan coming in. Getting an early 6 off Stuart Faith, who picked up 5 wickets last week on Three Bridges TV. Probably would have seen that. But McMillan certainly did take a liking to Faith with a couple of 6s off length balls there. Nav Patel continuing up the hill. Decent opening spell. 14 overs in here. Campbell McMillan going really nicely as well though. And Bellamy continue to enjoy his highlight reel of flat batting. Change at the coming down the hill. Dan Phillips comes into the attack but is greeted the nice 6 there. But Bellamy falls caught mid wicket off a short one. Pulls it straight to the man. Campbell makes his way to 50 though. It's back-to-back 50s for him. He continues to dominate that leg side with some sweeps. But bowled through the gate, decent comeback, heavy over, but manages to pull it back with a wicket last ball. Managed to get a couple of short ones away early on. Before also falling to one that I probably shouldn't have done. Just dragged short a little bit, pulled to the man at mid-wicket. Worthing going at a decent rate again, but just losing wickets at the wrong times. 196 for 6. Harry Dan there, bowled. Thomas Mohan, call him the Whopper. Getting going nicely, finding the boundaries a few times after sticking around for a first few. Lovely shot down the ground this. Lovely shot. Straight over the side screen. Picking up a few boundaries, gaining in confidence. Another one pulled over the leg side, this time off Nav. But being caught at leg gully off the pull shot. And unfortunately, just left Worthing with slightly too much to do. 5 overs, just over 5 overs to go. Decent googly that by Khan, spinning back through the gate of George Henderson Hodge, who hung around for a decent 32 balls. But same over, 5 overs to go. Worthing could not quite hang on to get the draw that they would have liked. But 244, decent effort with the bat. Really good game, really good day against top of the table. Wickets were quite shared around by the Nomads lads. As you can see here, a few decent scores for the Worthing boys. Ballamy, McMillan, Rebbets and Mohan all getting past 30 odd. But wickets, Nav Patel with 3, Zain Khan with 2, Dan Phillips with 2 and Khan with 3. Everyone contributing to get those 10. So Worthing bowled out for 244 and Preston Nomads win by 78 runs. Worthing first team are back at home after 2 weeks away against Bognor this weekend. We'd love you to join us and watching the highlights or live stream on our Worthing CC YouTube channel. We look forward to welcoming you back then. Hope to see you soon. Cheers.